Hello everyone, and welcome to my reaction to Dragon Ball Z episode 91 and 92. Solo Leveling is not out yet, so thankfully I can watch the 6 episodes that I had the plan to react to today, which means, let me just quickly take a little peek at my schedule, which you can see. There's a link to Linktree in my description, and you can see this if you want to check my schedule somewhere on there. But anyway, that means next week I'll be reacting to 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98. And at some point, I know there's another special I need to react to, right? But the booty will probably remind me when I need to add that in. And next week, Saturday, Sakamoto Days is starting. I'm so excited. I got a Sakamoto Days souvenir from Japan, but I didn't choose it. You got, it was like a gacha thing, and you get a pen or something with the MC of a show, and I was hoping for Kageyama or Goku or Naruto, anyone, and then I got Sakamoto Days, and I was like, okay. So now I'm really excited too. Solo Leveling just dropped on Crunchy. Okay, well, if you guys want to go watch that and then come back for my reaction, it gives you some time. But yeah, let me just watch, I guess, at least one episode of DBZ, right? But I feel like I won't be able to stop after one. So the sooner we get started, the sooner we can start with Solo Leveling. That was late. Let's find out. Okay, this is still recap, I think. Bulma, stop. That was quite a throwback. Quiero. Yeah. He's gonna do it again. Oh no, Piccolo and Bulma's body. Someone... Thank goodness. Now don't give him any more chocolate. Doesn't deserve it. Oh. I wonder if there was like... I know that if I don't think about Dragon Ball and how they met, but they were both kind of like kids back then, but she was more like a teenager, so it doesn't really... But if I forget about that, and I didn't know about who Bulma ends up with, I would almost ship these two. Almost. No, Yamcha. Oh, I forgot Yamcha exists. But that moment made me feel like, oh, they'd kind of be cute together. But no, poor Yamcha. But poor Yamcha. Regardless, poor Yamcha. What's he gonna do? Looks hopeless. What does that mean? Oof.
だよ。いざとなればこんな星くらい丸ごと破壊することだってできるってね。惑星ベジータを消滅させた。
We keep forgetting that. At least I keep forgetting that. Excuse me, did he just get teeth? Why does he suddenly look like those anime characters with the buck teeth? Has he always had buck teeth? Or is it just a shiny tongue? I think it's a shiny tongue. I'm not. Can I have another latte and some salad? Yeah, me too. Does he have any plan here? Can he do anything? Hi, Zit. Happy New Year.
心配しなくていいよ。今みたいなやつで一瞬に殺したりはしない。僕の腹の虫は収まらないからね。
Uh-oh. You're not gonna like Baby Hulk when he's angry. No, not now. Just get on with the fight. I want to know what is he gonna do. Come on, Goku! If only Dende was still here. He could almost die and be revived, but Dende.
今さら悩んだって遅いよ。仕掛けたのはそっちなんだからね。
Is he though?
僕が飽きるまで僕のおもちゃになるのさ。少しは抵抗してくれないと手応えがなくてつまらないよ。
Anything. Try anything. Combine Kamehameha and Kaioken. Somehow.
おいおい、お楽しみはこれからだぜ。まだまだだよ。
You keep using your tail. It makes me feel like that's the key. What makes it bad for me to see is like this is all of their powers and everything is so out of control. This is something that you could do in real life to someone like, and that makes it hurt so much more because it makes it so real. Like, just, no, I don't want to see a struggle like that. It hurts. Gohan, it's time to go Super Saiyan, Gohan. No! The end. No! Don't say that. Yeah, the OST here is pretty fitting. Yeah, everyone's fucked if Goku loses here. He can't do it. Nachi! Grab him by the tail! Drag him down! Tie his tail to a rock! Let him drown! See, and that's what makes the difference between well, I'm not gonna say it, but I'll imply it. Goku has people that he cares for, people that he's fighting for, more than just for himself, for his own pride. So I think that's what's gonna make the difference. Oh, I thought for a second his hair was gonna be yellow. I'm so ready for that. My favorite OST for the future of Earth. Wait, I mean Gohan, Chi-Chi, Earth, and the planet Namek. Yeah, he's fighting for someone. That's why he'll win. Goku will always win. They're a bluff. They're a bluff. He was going almost full out. I bet. Flaming hot Goku-sa! He did it! He's combining! That's what I wanted. Technically. Burn! Like a toasted marshmallow. But the one that you left too long. Burn, 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 burn! He did the Kamehameha! Another one! Woo! Look at those arms! I mean, what? For Earth! No, you pushed him back! You pushed him back! He got his second breath. That usually happens to me around midnight. I get a second breath. Like just before midnight, I'm tired, but then I don't go to sleep. And then suddenly I'm like wide awake. And then I go to bed at 3:30 or something. But you see, a second breath is very useful for Goku. To avoid the title, you can skip to 3:33. I have to look very vaguely so I can find the skip button. Wait, through my... Wait, okay. No, it's too close! Close it! It's too... Where do I... How do I... I can't... I don't know how to do... Hoka! Help me! I can't... Wait. Let me get the book. If I can just get a book or my Grinch Christmas paper. If I just... Okay, there we go. Ah, it's closed. It's closed. Ah, it's on the other screen! Oh, no! Wait! Can you just... Okay. It was so close. It was everywhere. I finally covered it with my gift paper, and then I looked left, and it was right there, but I didn't read anything. Yeah. Okay, I just filled my mind with Goku's muscles. Okay, we're fine. We're safe. You don't know that. No. Wait. Yeah, don't give him chocolate anymore. Stop being sad! I felt bad for you, and I don't anymore. Be a frog. Be a frog, and I hope that you eat nothing but 91% dark chocolate ever in your life again. I like dark chocolate, but that's too much even for me. Don't say that. Don't say that. That was never an option. Because Frieza was on the planet Namek and he was gonna get the Dragon Balls and then no one would be safe. Anyway.
あんな下等生物のサイヤ人に凄まじいパワーが初めて
Oh, he mad. That's an angry
今のは
face.
痛かった。猿
Oh.
さっきまでの勢いはどうしたんだい？
He used it. Obviously. Ew.
つまらないな。せっかく少しは本気になれる相手が見つかる。
If there was important information revealed in that moment, tell me later. And the by dark shadow.
本当にパワーが随分なくなっちまって。
やはりサイヤ人は戦うしか能のない下等生物だな。殺しといて正解だったよ。
And where's the rest of you? That looks like a lot of salad. Okay, you can just sit there in the corner. Goku is about to...
cauliflower rice in the salad.
Oh, interesting. Cauliflower
So I gave
rice.
you a spoon and I put salad dressing only on half.
And salt?
I don't know about salt
Like
because the
there's-
bacon is salty.
Your bacon is salt.
I
Here, can you
definitely
take-
feel the difference between 24 and
Can you
what
take
it was
this?
before.
Yeah, every time you come in, I put it lower. So just... Okay, you can just look at Hanku's butt and I'll look at Goku's muscles and... Oh no, it's gonna be his hallucination. I see where this is going.
貴様の力はそんなものなのか。俺はサイヤ人じゃねえよ。
Well, part of you still is.
お前は見事なくらいサイヤ人だぜ。今はそんなことどうでもいい。オラと一緒に。お前はサイヤ人だ。
What makes him the best, and I said this before, is that he's not just a Saiyan. The reason why he's the lost Saiyan, the reason why he's the one that's gotten stronger and further than anyone else at this point, is because he's not just a Saiyajin. He's a Saiyajin that was raised on Earth with different values. So that's important, because I think I've said this many times in many different anime, but the reason why you do something can make a world of a difference. So his why is for other people. So if he can just capitalize on that and his Saiyajin power, he's gonna go super. But now I feel like I'm starting to sound like Vegeta, Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan. But at this point, it's the only thing that I think has a chance here. Cause freaking Frieza.
そいつにやられっぱなしで、お前のサイヤ人としての誇りは傷つかないのか。貴様の父、バーダック、俺の親父、ベジータ王も。
Hanku saw Vegeta's butt and he decided that 40 degrees Celsius is a better bit.
カカロット、お前は残された最後のサイヤ人なんだぞ。奴はサイヤ人を皆殺しにする気だ。全宇宙最強と言われた伝説のスーパーサイヤ人が恐れているからだ。それがボロクスのように殺されて、もしも俺の悔しさを分かってくれたなら。
How about we understand Dende's anguish
フリーザを倒してくれ。
at being forced to revive someone who killed his whole race, and then, or partly, and then after reviving, getting kicked in the face, and then how about we tap into that anguish? Because I feel like that anguish is more relatable to me.
僕は君が何を考えているのかわからない。僕はそういうの嫌いだ。
Yeah, and that will be your downfall, Frieza.
ベジータ、オラは違
Because you're giving him time to get worked up.
人のことは分かんねえ
But I won't complain.
おめえの悔しさだけは分かるぜ負けらんねえフリーザなんかに負けらんねえふざけるな
I don't think it tastes too bad, but it's in a salad, so it's new for me. It's good.
ちょっと今のは危なかったよ先を読むこと
The funniest part for me is with all this talk about Saiyan pride, and I'm not trying to be argumentative or anything, this is just for me the irony of the fact is that he sees Saiyajin as lower life forms, and he's talking about how he doesn't want to lose to the likes of Frieza, but his own father looked at him as a child and called him scum because he was a lower class warrior or whatever. It's just kind of like to see the visuals of them asking Goku to take down Frieza, who took them down. It's ironic, isn't it? Isn't that like the definition of irony? I mean, I'm not sure, but it just feels very ironic to me. Avocado. It needs avocado.
君は僕に永遠に勝てないよ 今楽にしてあげるよ
That was a good line, not gonna lie.
そろそろ死にたいだろ楽にしてあげるよ
Not just the line, but the way he said it. I can't say it. Raku mishimari yo. What now?
どうしたんだバブルス誰かいるみたいだぞ
It's can it? Oh, it is that head, that shape.
お前たち
Is it? Could it be?
行こうバータジースクルドギルトゲ
Cheese! Look at cheese! What is that even? Squad goals. High knocks.
隊長がいないからかないや久しぶりのせいもあるだろうよしもう一度やってみようみんな揃ってギル特戦隊
Better, definitely better.
バッチリだぜ
バッチリだぜ。
これからはこれで決まりだな
もう我慢できない。僕行くよ。
待て
どうしてお父さん殺されちゃうよ。
Yeah, and you'll be killed too.
何かするつもりだあんな残り少ないパワーで何をしようと
なんだ何のつもりだ
Oh. Isn't that thing that he did where he takes all the... Wait, didn't he do that before? Like, isn't that the prerequisite for doing Kaioken though? But maybe he's gonna do it more. Maybe he's gonna do 100 times Kaioken now. Because imagine, you know, on Earth, if you pull all the energy out of, like, the life force, this planet, with the level of peacefulness and love they had for their... If it's that, this is gonna be good.
あ、元気玉だ。
何元気玉だと
この星にある草木や動物、そして俺たちや微生物まで少しずつだけ元気を分けてもらうんだ。そしてエネルギーの玉を作って攻撃をする。
何くす海洋のやつ俺たちには黙ってやがったな
Do we have another
この
option?
星は地球よりずっと生き物の
No, it might be less, but I feel like less quantity, but more quality.
ないし、 私のエネルギーだけじゃフリーザは倒せねえ。惑星の近くにあるたくさんの星を
Whoa.
元気を分けてくれ。
That's crazy. Pika pika. Kira kira.
この元気玉だけは使いたくなかった。多分威力がありすぎて。だが今フリーザを消しておかねえと宇宙そのものがめちゃくちゃになってしまう。
貴様また何か
Ah.
そんなフラフラで何ができるというのだ。
悟空、本当に元気玉でフリーザを倒せるのかよ。
There's only one way to find out.
なんだこの反応は。
What?
これは元気玉。
What?
まさかあのでかいのが。
If the anime didn't show me how he got Genki from other planets, I would have 100% assumed that even though the quantity of visible life forms on this planet was less, I would have thought like the quality was up compared to our Earth. Because I mean, the Namekians lived there and they made Dragon Balls. I would assume that would be through some kind of life force energy, but I guess all of them are dead now, so. But still, the Earth itself. I mean, not the Earth, the planet itself.
果たして悟空最後の切り札となるのであろうか。
That is such an interesting visual. The two little. Well, that is tough. A tough place to end it. I'm not gonna lie. The last two episodes were almost better, but at least I do like that we got to see, especially episode 91. Like that was a nice. I really liked the first two episodes, and then the second two were like okay. So I was like, but then 91 was really good, and 92 was like good, but I don't want to end there. So it's tough. Are you going to react to the English dub of DBZ for the really iconic and important episodes? It would be a shame if you missed their epicness. I find that way of talking almost like, are you joking? But I mean, I get it because I'm never going to hear Goku say hammer time because that's so epic and iconic. More like hilarious. But I would love to see it. And I mean, I heard Frieza's line, but generally, I think I'm okay. In a year or two from now, I'm sure I will also think of certain lines as being iconic. But it's like, it's not just iconic. He said iconic and important. Epicness. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot. People get kind of hung up on nostalgia. Yeah, but I totally get that. The only thing is, I'm not gonna have that feeling until like a year from now. Nox says, I think that people have a very specific image of Goku in their mind, and due to how the dub adds more dialogue, it has given him a far less childish personality. I can't stand Goku's dub personality, but it feels like a really different character. It's hard to get hyped for isolated scenes that might seem epic for others. I heard that due to some changes, Goku is more like a superhero, which I can understand to some extent because I'm often waiting for Goku to show up like a superhero, but he doesn't feel like a superhero person to me. It's just that his arrival is akin to the arrival of a superhero, but him as a person, a character, he's still just, Goku. And I feel like, I get what you're saying about people. It will expect me to react differently to those scenes because of how they think about it. But that is actually a general problem because of people's nostalgia. So even whenever I was reacting to almost anything old, like One Piece, Hunter x Hunter, anything almost, people were angry because I didn't share their hype. But that generally boils down to nostalgia. If I were to rewatch One Piece with my current level of, closeness to the series and the characters, I would be way more hyped for certain things, even though I've seen it. But because I have that nostalgia added to it, it's like a charger. It takes it over 9,000, you know? Nox says, some of the worst lines in dubbing, in my opinion, come out of Goku's mouth. And the fandom sees them as badass. Because they grew up with a different concept of Goku as a character, yeah. Mad Rebel is usually the one that adds the English dub scenes. Well, I'm definitely missing Mad Rebel today. If they tell me, I'll add that to the trivia, but I'm not attached to the English dub, so for me, most of the moments that people may want are not iconic for me. Badass versus cheesy is subjective. Exactly, and I think it boils down to your idea of Goku as a character, maybe. Soto says, you know, as a kid, my first experience of One Piece was a Greek dub, but I'm smart enough to know it's not iconic. It's nothing close to iconic. Let me see here. Launch makes a brief cameo in Goku's nightmare of Frieza destroying Earth. She was removed from the vision and Dragon Ball Z Kai. Ouch. Why? Like, she's already not in the show anymore. To completely remove her, that's like... And you guys wanted me to watch Kai? Kai that removed Launch from a scene? My favorite? Well, I have many favorites, but my favorite. Okay, but she wasn't removed. But she was removed. How dare you? Goku's Kamehameha vocal in this episode would be reused for his firing of the attack in the video game Dragon Ball Z: The Legacy of Goku. The deceased members of the Ginyu Force and their appearance on King Kai's planet is exclusive to the anime. Thank God. In Cartoon Network airings, Vegeta was given pants in Goku's flashback. It makes sense for me that a flashback of... it's not even a flashback. It's like there's the remaining spirit. It makes sense for me that they would be naked, because if we cross over to the next world, we don't have attachment to our clothes. Okay, but to be fair, in this story, it's a bit different, because if they cross over to the next world, they literally go and they wear their clothes and that with the little halos. But I just feel like in a more spiritual sense, if you do like a seance and you connect to someone's spirit, like they probably are not wearing clothes, they're just some vague ball of energy. But you are still going to recognize them, but they might not be wearing clothes, because why would their spirit be attached to their clothes? So anyway, for me, what I'm saying is, it makes sense that he wasn't wearing clothes, but, and that's a tiny but, if I cross over to the next world without my hoodie, I won't be happy. You know, if I'm ever close to dying, just let it be not the spirit of a naked man around. It will be the saddest lost thing to see. No, you won't be seeing that. You will become that, Sotos. But why did Goku get his clothes in the afterlife? That's what I just said. Like, in this world, clearly it works different. I want Bulma's body in the afterlife, not gonna lie. Today was pretty fun for the most part. First two, last two was my favorite. Middle two was good, but not that memorable. Like, nothing in particular stood out to me except that, okay, the first two, they were warming up. The second two, they were getting more serious, but it was like, I don't remember. It was fighting, and there was a lot of chi-chi scenes, and they were in spacesuits. That was the most memorable part, and the rest was just like, okay. And then my favorite moment from these two episodes would probably be Goku under the water. Like, even though it was painful, that was very well done. The way that Frieza was like holding him under the water, and then he had this vision of everyone, you know, being killed by Frieza, the earth under fire, Kuririn dead, Chi-Chi screaming, Gohan and Lunch, even little Lunch's face. He didn't think of a lot of other people, but I think because those are dead. Like Tenshin Han, Yamcha, they're already dead, so they weren't in the... But yeah, next time is going to be great. Hopefully next time... I can't see that the Genki, the big ball, will kill Frieza, but it'll definitely bring him down a few notches, I hope. Booty says the anime was pretty close to the manga at this time, so they had to take their time. Yeah, generally that's what I assume when it comes to long shows, whether it's One Piece, whether it's Dragon Ball. So my point is, every time that I say, this or that about the pacing, I don't need to be reminded about the manga. I know why with these longer shows they have to do it. And I don't mind the filler usually, don't get me wrong. But I'm just going to say when, like, middle two, 7 out of 10. First two, 8, lost to 9 on Dragon Ball Z terms. So far, the Genki Dama has been 0% effective. We'll see. Being held underwater by foot is like 2 levels of oppression. Yeah, and to me, what made that the most painful was the fact that it's Goku. And, like, I could be killed that way. For Goku to be held underwater like that just hurts. Okay, anyway. Enough rambling. I'm going to watch Solo Leveling now, and I'll see you guys next week for the next 6 episodes. Thank you for watching. And, the OST was very memorable all throughout. So, my favorite part. Bye.